all season long with this football team, it's been a very resilient football team, and it's a team that's come back from a lot of times when we've been down. You look at the first half, start off with this game, we're down 14-3. But we talked about just even before the game ever started, I said to them, we're gonna make plays and they're gonna make plays, but it's one play at a time. Even if we do give up big plays, let's make sure that we keep our head into the game, make sure we stay focused, make sure we concentrate. That's what this team was able to do this evening. And then you look at Will Stein. We started the game with Will Stein, and when anytime we needed to get underneath center, Stein came in the game, and then anytime we needed to throw it, Teddy was able to get in. And you look at where Teddy what he had to fight through with his wrist injury, with his ankle, but just watch how much this team depends on him, just his leadership ability. And we didn't know at the beginning if he was going to even play or not. You know, he come up to me there in the midway in the first quarter and said, "Coach, I'm ready to go." And I said, "Just warm him up." I looked at our medical staff, and I gave our medical staff, I gave them a game ball because they were able to get Teddy. It was around the clock from Sunday to this point. Even today, we were still around the clock just giving him medical treatment and just making sure we get him to the game, because we knew if we got him to the game, we would have a chance to win this football game. But it just speaks a lot. You know, you look at Rutgers, an outstanding football team. Coach Flood has done an unbelievable job. And for it to come down to the last game of the season, just speak volume for this conference. And but you look at our football team, we were picked to win it early. I didn't know if we were good enough to win it. I thought that when they picked us, I was like, wow, what are they thinking about? We have a young football team, but it just watch this team be picked, and then for them to finish the way they did. You know, we dropped two the last couple of weeks, but for us to go on the road and win a championship, that's so special. It's special for this program, it's special for the university, it's special for our fans, and just for the city of Louisville. It's a special. And I'm just so happy for us to get to a 10-win season, go win us a conference title, and then get to a BCS bowl.
Charlie, were you guys basically prepared to go with Stein the whole way? Is that what you're saying? That Teddy is that even why Stein started off with it?
Well, what we were going to do is we didn't know how much Teddy was going to play, but we were going to we figured at the start of the game, if Stein is there and he's functional, which he was, and 2 years ago he was the quarterback that were able to come in after Burt got knocked out of the game, that we were going to play Stein the whole game if we had to.
Charlie, you go down 11 points at halftime. What was said in that locker room?
Well, what I did is I didn't try to beat us up. I said we have one game. We have 30 minutes of football left. We have not played well. We've given up 2 big plays on defense. Offensively, we're not blocking them. We can't run the ball, and we're not protecting the quarterback. Just protect Teddy and give us a chance to go throw the ball. But we had 30 minutes of football left, and we've been in this position before. You know, last week we were down 10-0, so we're only down 11 points. We've been down 14 points. So I said, but just keep fighting and keep battling, and somebody's going to make a play sooner or later.
Defensively, Burgess missed the tackle early that led to one of the touchdowns, and then he comes back with the interception in the second half. Can you just talk about the defense as a whole being able to bounce back from the early stage?
Well, Burgess missed it, but you still have guys who still have that final line of defense, and you want your safeties to get the ball on the ground. You look at the first play, I think it went for 85 yards. We hit a guy pinned on the boundary, and he ends up running away from us for a long touchdown. And then the same thing happens. We get another pin. We don't defend the boundary. He goes down the boundary for a big touchdown. But just defensively, we were able to make plays at the right time. You look at the key interceptions that we were able to get. And then you look at we score, and then I think within, 15 or 20 minutes, we were able to get another score because we kicked off. They fumbled the kickoff, and there was a defensive player made a hit, then Teddy throws a pass there to Devontae. But just overall, just pleased with the way the defense was able to fight and just hang in there.
This obviously means a BCS bowl for your program, but big picture in light of the conference move this week, what does this mean for this program now and moving forward?
Well, it was just so key for us to go win this football game and just to get to a BCS. And then you look at just the way our players. At one time, we were 9-0 for the season, and I wanted this season to finish off the right way. And I just with a loss, I just think it would have left a bad taste in our mouth because we didn't finish. Now to go and get us a BCS and win the conference, it just makes, I said, turn a good season into a great season with a win. That's what we were able to do.
Charlie, you were clearly upset about the report yesterday. What would your message be to the fans?
Well, what I was upset about is anytime, and I'm not saying this, I'm not downgrading into you, but anytime a reporter can make a make a statement or write any type of information about someone, you have to be held accountable, just like we're held accountable for our job. So if you're going to make this statement, then go get your source, and I'd like to know who your source is. If you're going to tell me, here I'm trying to get a football team ready to go play Rutgers, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about. I'm not worried about, I have a job. I don't need to chase jobs. I have a really good job. So for that statement to be made, and for someone to make this statement without any factual information, they didn't talk to me. But you know what? You can make this statement, and it can be said, and nothing else is said about it. Okay, so you can just whatever you want to say. So you can make a statement about me, and I can't defend it because then it pops up everywhere. But it was just a distraction for our program. It's a distraction for our fans. And then the way I look at it is, it's just testing me and saying who I am, that I'm trying to get a football team ready to go play, and I'm chasing another job. So I'm not taking care of the job I have, or don't have respect for the players. When they respect me and they do everything I ask them to do, and then all of a sudden I'm going to turn my back and go interview for a job two days before a big game. I mean, come on, seriously.
This is the second time that this topic has come up this season. Would you be okay with saying that you are not interested in moving next year? Are you fully 100% committed?
Well, let's concentrate on this. Let's worry about the game. I mean, let's not worry about the job right now. Let's worry about the game.
Do you have a preference for BCS? You know, the possibility Kent State could move up. There's some talk that maybe you guys would be in the Sugar.
Oh, it doesn't matter where we go. I'm just so happy that we have a chance to get to a BCS bowl.
I know we asked you this earlier this week, but how much do you know about Teddy's healing process with about a month to go before the bowl game?
Well, we got it ready to go for 4 days, so I think we give us a month. We'll really have it healed up.
What did you say to the guys after the game in the locker room?
I just told them how happy I were for what they've done, and the seniors especially. I have 13 seniors, and of that 13, I think maybe 5 or 6 are starters, but just what they've done for this program. And then you look at that senior group, and I told them, I know I didn't recruit you guys, but you still are. That's my first group of guys, because when we laid the foundation, you were a part of it. And now that we're third year into it, we go win us another championship with this group of seniors.
Does Teddy's ability to play through the pain and everything, are you taking it for granted now, or is it, do you look back just kind of like, wow, he's still out there performing, even, the sacks he took?
Well, when you're a competitor, you don't worry about your pain when it's time to go play the game. And that's what he doesn't worry about the pain. He just want to play, and he wants his team to win, and he know he had to play in order for this team to win.
Charlie, what has this week meant for Louisville football as far as going to ACC and now topping off the BCS bid? How big has this been?
I think it's very big for this program, because if you look at it, we were just talking, I think, in 94 years, Rocco, there's been like 5 or 6 championships, and now we get a chance to go back to a BCS, which we did in 06. Now we have a chance to go back. So it's really big for the program.
How good is Teddy's performance in the fact that you guys seem to have trouble establishing a running game most of the night? Does that even amplify how good he was pretty much on one leg?
Oh, it does, because we needed to get him help, and I said we need to run the ball to help Teddy, and because they were bringing pressure, but we were able to pick up the pressure. I think he got sacked a few times, but he just couldn't. He wasn't mobile enough to get away from the pressure that was coming. But it does. It just you look at what he did, and just wade through the football, and was able to make the throws and hang in there. And we didn't run the ball well at all, but just to watch the way he performed.
Have you ever seen a performance like that in these kind of circumstances with a player this hurt?
No, because especially to go on the road and go to, and that was a great environment out there tonight. I tell you right now, that was probably one of the best environments we've been in the whole season. But it was a championship environment, and then for him to come in and perform the way he did on the road, it was special.
The fake field goal that they went through, can you talk about that? It seemed like if Preston Brown doesn't kind of string that out, then maybe they score without a lineman being down the field. Can you talk about this, the guys being ready on that?
No, what happened is anytime we block, the white side field block. So when the block guy comes, he comes so shallow, so the guy was able to pick it up. So Preston was able to force him, the guy to hold the ball. Then he ended up coming off late to draw. So he had to throw it, because he would have ran it, because it was right there. But if Preston doesn't come off of his guy and make him run it, then he could have ran the ball for the first down.
Did you feel like just kind of breathe some new life to your team down here? It was a situation where you could have gone down 21-3, and instead they were out of field goal range, got the ball back, and it seemed like things really picked up after that.
Oh, he did. Then we were able to make the plays right after that, but that was a big play. But you could clearly see there were linemen downfield because anytime a play strings out like that, there's going to be some linemen downfield because they're still trying to maintain their blocks.
You weren't here 6 years ago, but this was the place where the Louisville season kind of took a different turn than many people thought. Does this exercise any demons for the program, kind of being able to move forward now?
Well, no, I look at it, but I was here 2 years ago and we had to come on the road. 2 years ago, we not in this position to go get to a BCS, but we just lost a overtime game to South Florida, so we lost an overtime game to Connecticut. Then the next week we played West Virginia. They beat us pretty good at home, so we had to go on the road to win, just to get eligible, just to get bowl eligible. And I had 25 seniors, and it was just so crucial for me to get those guys to a bowl game. I just felt like that was what our program needed, and we needed to go on the road, so we're able to come in here and win a game. So I said to them again, I said, now we're in the same position, but at least now we're fighting for a 10-win season, we're fighting for a conference championship, and we're fighting for a BCS bowl, so it's a little different than it was 2 years ago.
All right, guys, we got it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys.